All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Green Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it's to discuss Huddersfield versus Arsenal, where Arsenal beat Huddersfield 2-1. I told you it would be close. It was never a game that I really felt we would lose, but it was also not the most fluent of games because as good as I thought elements of our attack was at different phases of the game, defensively we're still so poor, man. We're still so poor. I actually don't think it's just a central defender we need. I will say that. For as well as I thought Guendouzi and Torreira did last week, I thought they were okay today. But it did make me think to myself, fuck me, we could really do with just someone who just doesn't express himself or anything, just breaks up play and just sticks in the middle and just allows people to just do their thing around them. And maybe that player is Callum Chambers, because he's, all right, Fulham got smoked today, but supposedly he's one of their few bright sparks in that team who's doing pretty well, playing that exact same position. So it'd be nice to have him back. You guys know I'm a big fan of Chambers. I am. Because I see something there. I do. Anyway, I digress. Going back to the game, obviously the big talking point was a certain superstar that wasn't there. And Twitter, as Twitter does, lost their shit. And I found myself in several arguments, one of which with a big account that for some reason decided he'd get involved. I have no idea why. The guy doesn't follow me. I don't follow him. But he decides that he wants to get involved, doing the kind of, Twitter's all about the white knight shit. Everyone wants to be the white knight. And I told a couple of people about themselves today, muted a couple of people today. I think I'll mute them indefinitely, to be honest. And it all kind of started last night. So this is linked with today's game. So last night I read an article of Mesut Ozil was apparently training quite lackluster. Now, admittedly, the clip I saw was a 2-second clip. It didn't tell me anything. And then I saw a slightly longer clip. And then I saw an even longer clip. I thought, oh, okay. Right, man, if this is the way he's training, I could see why he's not getting into the 18. Right? And I remember I was really specific because I know the way these Ozil defenders jump on you, if you mention his name in any kind of negative connotation, you've got to be very careful in the way you put something. So I think I put something along the lines of, if this is true, send them to go and train with the under-23s until summer. Right? Because that was the way I felt. And then last night, as you can imagine, I had to defend myself against all these people. And I said, motherfuckers, I referred to the beginning of the tweet. I said, if this is true, then, and I was like, okay, cool. I wonder if he gets into the 18. Lo and behold, unsurprisingly, he didn't get into the 18. And supposedly he's ill and people are jumping on the fact that he's ill. Look, Aubameyang's ill, so that must mean Ozil's ill too. Okay. Let me tell you something. I have never seen a player be ill as much times as Mesut Ozil. I have never seen it. Never in my life have I seen somebody be ill. Let me tell you something. As someone speaking in HR, my man will be facing a disciplinary amount of illnesses he has. Ill my ass. He needs an occupational health referral if he's that ill. But, it is what it is. That was the interesting thing from the starting lineup, that Aubameyang and Ozil missed out on the game. I kind of saw the positive in Aubameyang playing because I think sometimes us playing two up front, as much as I'm a big proponent of it with certain games, I think away games are the type of games where we could do with not playing two up top. And just be a little bit more compact and balanced as well. And we were. in the sense that Iwobi started and Mkhitaryan started as the two guys behind Lacazette. And I thought those three caused Huddersfield's problems all of that first half. All first half, it was just about those three. And their movement and their interchanging was fantastic. Particularly Iwobi and particularly Mkhitaryan, to be fair. I actually thought Mkhitaryan ran the show. I thought Iwobi was excellent in the first 45 minutes. And I thought Lacazette played a nice little kind of cameo role to their performance for the first 45 minutes. And then Arsenal seemed to be doing the reverse of Arsenal earlier this season. Arsenal earlier this season was starting games shit and then rescuing the games towards the end. Lately, we've been starting games well and then falling the fuck off. I prefer it the other way around. Yeah, to me, I could kind of see it coming because the first 45, we put a lot into it. And then, because as much as people are not going to like to hear this, I'm going to say it straight up. Iwobi is the catalyst of that team. So if his energies are up, I notice that people seem to have the energy to replicate that. As soon as he starts getting tired, the rest of the team start getting tired. And I've noticed that very closely the last few games. So that's why I can see why he gets in the team. Yes, he has a lot of shortfalls, but he also has a lot of attributes that I can see what Emre and the previous manager, and you know what the next manager will like about him if Iwobi is still there. So yeah, to me, even though I would, if I was advising him, I'd tell him to leave Arsenal because I don't think the fans will ever allow him to succeed here. I wouldn't surprise me if Emre and subsequently any next manager that comes and takes over Arsenal insists that he stays because he has attributes. He's not the perfect player. Believe me, I'm very aware of that. You know, he's not your ideal number 10. But let me tell you something, neither's the superstar. Hate to burst that bubble, neither is the superstar. So it kind of is what it is. But today, I thought he did well. Yes, the goal was deflected, but listen, you got to be there to make it happen. And he at least got to the ball, and whether you thought he was on target or not, he got the goal, he claimed the goal, he deserves the goal. And yeah, brilliant. And I think people will be surprised at his figures and his assist figures and his goal figures so far. Goals, he needs to step up. His assists, his goal involvement tally is not bad. I didn't realize it was as good as it was, actually. So you can see why he gets in that team. Mkhitaryan, best game I've seen from him in a while. I know he's been injured, but even prior to injury, it wasn't blowing me away. But I thought today he looked really lively for about an hour, and then he faded and then got substituted. Suarez came on at some point in the game. I was a bit like, he showed some nice touches. There's nothing about him that's particularly exciting. There just isn't. It'd be interesting to see what the sort of long-term plan Emre has for Suarez. I must admit, I'm not seeing it. I'm not writing him off. He just looks a bit lightweight for the league. Shows some nice, neat touches and stuff, but nothing I was particularly impressed by. I thought Mustafi had a terrible first half, improved dramatically in the second half. I thought Ainsley Maitland-Niles, to be honest, was the only one that poured in the team throughout. I thought, yes, he got an assist, but barring the assist, I thought he was poor today. I have to be real. I love Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I have to be real. Kolasinac, to me, was poor. Scored an own goal. It looked like he scored an own goal on purpose as well. It was the weirdest thing. The ball comes in from our right-hand side, and Kolasinac is running next to one of their players that's slightly behind him, and it's like he toe pokes it in on purpose. It was put this way. If you watch the goal, it's such an easily preventable goal. It was so weird, and it gave them hope. And they actually had an effort on goal after that. Where you're like, motherfucker, you trying to throw this game away? Having said all that, we won. You would never know it if you go on Twitter, then. People on Twitter are like, yeah, we won, but we were shit. Yeah, we won, but there was no creativity. Yeah, we won because our beloved Mesut Ozil wasn't there to, I don't know, do something. I don't know. But we won 2-1. On to the next. And that's the mode we've got to be in, people. There's no point kind of analysing it really past each game, because we have to take each game one game at a time. We know we're shit. We know we have defensive problems. We know that there's certain players that are underperforming. We know that there's certain players that aren't turning up. And you know what? That's going to be my last bitch, me personally, about the superstar Mesut Ozil. In fact, I'm going to give him the AW treatment going forward, because there's no fucking point. The way I see it is, unless you're on the pitch, what am I bitching about you for? So to me, unless he plays, he's getting the same. He's getting the superstar. He's getting superstar. That's it. That's the way AW gets previous manager. He's gonna get superstar. That's it. There's no point bitching about him anymore. And as far as I'm concerned, it just gives these fanboys airtime that I don't want to give them. So that is the new rule on my show, and I'm going to tell a certain Mr. Gunner that as well. So yeah, it is what it is. 3 points, job done. On to the next, and that's Barté away. I'm obviously going to do a preview and review for that. I'm going to do a player ratings for this tomorrow. I'm going to have a couple of people on. I'm going to see if Kenny Ken's about, and I'll see if Claude's about. So hopefully I'll look for both of them and see if they're available to jump on the show. If they are, then happy days. I'll probably be on around 7. You know me, I like to go on just before the Gooner Talk and finish before they get started. So be a nice little double header, nice little Sunday evening for you to listen to Arsenal fans rabbiting about something. So anyway, you guys let me know what you think. If you enjoy the show, absolutely crush that like button. It really helps the show get noticed. Every time I do a review, every time I do a preview, crush that like button. Destroy it. Drop kick the shit out of it. I appreciate it when you guys do that. If this is your first time listening, hit that subscribe button. Normally I have guests on with me. Tomorrow I hope to as well. So do join me tomorrow. And that's pretty much it from me. So I'm out of here, people. Take care for now. Peace.